Hey everybody, it's White Mojo Wolf again recording a second video for you guys. You'll probably see this one about a day after the first one I do. I still got Minnie down there laying down supervising, except you see her butt now instead of her face. And so what I wanted to do is do a re-review. You guys can probably see on my video feeds, like the shorts, I did a 1 minute review of Assassin's Creed, no, over there. And I got Altair hanging out with us today, and then I got another title up there. But yeah, I was thinking ever since I kind of made that video, the White Mojo Will Speaks. I was sitting there just. You guys know how it's weird with YouTube. Like you kind of make a video thinking, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just gonna make one, and then once you get that video out of the way, you get like 10 ideas floating through your head all of a sudden. It's like, well, where was this a month ago? But anyway, kind of following on that, I was sitting there thinking about Assassin's Creed this past week after I played it, and I thought, I don't think a 1 minute review does this game justice, how much it meant to me. Because I was watching, so I downloaded that Assassin's Creed Ezio collection on the PlayStation, and it starts off with like a 30-minute or so movie, like little movie of Ezio's father. And I was watching that and just kind of thinking back on Assassin's Creed, thinking, yeah, it deserves a full review, not just me yapping for a minute. Oh, it's a great game. Campaign's good, short and sweet. I had fun. Move on. I feel like it deserved more and kind of why it left an impression on me. So, kind of like my old reviews, I don't have anything in front of me. I'm just kind of speaking off the cuff because I feel like the game left a big enough impression or I can do that. So, without further ado, I just want to start by saying when I first played Assassin's Creed, I played Assassin's Creed Black Flag when, about when it came out for PS4. That's when I first played it, and it was a pretty good game. But you got to see a little bit of Edward Kenway, and then you got to go into Abstergo a little bit. But I didn't know what any of that crap meant. And then um, I think I got past Bermuda. I didn't get far in that game at all. Like I got stuck on a ship combat mission, and then by that time I think Fallout 4 and Star Wars Battlefront came out, and I just dropped it, said hi to hell with it. And then years later, when I got my Xbox One, it came with the free game, and Best Buy pretty much told me I could just pick whatever. And so at the time, Assassin's Creed Origins was the new thing, and I decided to pick it up and boot it up. I mean, the graphics impressed me, and I liked it a little bit, but it didn't scratch the itch at a time. And then this year, I picked the game up and booted it up again with the new update, and wow, I got about. Let's see, I'm at Memphis right now in the game, which probably about a quarter of the way through, doing all the side stuff, and it's pretty neat seeing the origin story and how all that gets started and how they operate in ancient Egypt. But like the Assassin's Creed part of it still didn't really click with me, and so I decided part of my Ubisoft deep dive, I wanted to go out and try the game that kind of really started it all off with their momentum, and that is Assassin's Creed right over there. And if I have the games, I'm going to sit here and wave the box over and over, but I don't this time, so I'm just going to put like pictures or something. So with Assassin's Creed, you pretty much get to see how the Assassins and the Templars, which are kind of like the two sides of everything. And at first I went in thinking, okay, well, the Assassins are the good guys and the Templars are the bad guys. Not exactly. And that's where this game excels. So you start off, I'm not really going to recap the story. I mean, hell, the game came out in 2007, but I'll tell you what about the story that impressed me. As you get further and further along with the story, it seems like Altair's decisions become more complicated. The assassins aren't exactly who they thought. And listening to the main guy that runs the assassins, you kind of get a feel that he's up to something else. Basically, there is no black and white. There is no truth. Everything's permitted, and that's like one of the main themes of the game. And it was just pretty cool seeing Altair kind of play both sides toward the end. and come to a mutual agreement. Ultimately, he staved off the Templars, pretty much, because like the people were ready to fight the Templars and give them hell, like they were about to suffer, but Altair stopped it by telling them, no, there is one more snake, and it's the main assassin. And Altair's like, you know what, I'm going to go take care of him. And so he does. And then after that, you know, that alone, everything that happened in Syria, like with Damascus, Jerusalem, Syria, Israel, that kind of area, that all was neat. It would make a great game itself. But what makes this game even better is that this game is pretty much two games operating as one. Like they're going back and forth with each other. You have Assassin's Creed that you're living through the story of Altair, and you're also entering the Animus as Desmond, who is his ancestor in modern day. And you still get to see the assassins are still around, and the Templars are still around, but they have new faces, they have new toys, they have new motives. Everything's modern, and it's just the way the story ends is that it's enough to satisfy you as a single game, but it also gives you wanting more, and it leaves a lot of hints as to where this is the first this is the first game of many. And to me, that's what's impressive about Assassin's Creed. I mean, the combat was real basic, but that's pretty good for the start. And a lot of people criticize the newer Assassin's Creed from kind of going away. And admittedly, when I jumped in Origins, I didn't do any stealth. I didn't climb on rooftops. I didn't do any of that. So it was nice being able to kind of do the things that made Assassin's Creed. So I like that. I like the mission structure. I like how there's optional stuff to do. I feel like Ubisoft kind of got away from this in their more recent titles, but the thing about the optional objectives that were real nice about this Assassin's Creed is that they helped you with the main story. The more people you helped, the more vantage points you explored, the more stuff you could do. It gave you more tools for when you took care of each assassination. After the assassination happens, you pretty much have to run away, go back to the Assassin's Bureau, kind of like a police chase on Grand Theft Auto. Like, you do a bank heist, you get 5 stars, and you got to run the hell away. Same concept, except it's in the 1300s. So, the more people you saved, you can blend in with scholars, you can get brutes to kind of tie up the guards so you can get like a head start and get up the roof and jump into the things and hide. It was pretty neat seeing their idea in a more, a more condensed format. And from what I can tell, what I was reading in Game Informer this month, the new Assassin's Creed game called Mirage supposedly coming out in the spring, but take that shit with a grain of salt with the delays these days. But I have no problem with delays, by the way. Make your games good. Don't put out garbage, especially if you're going to charge $70 for them. But back to the point, I think they're going back to Assassin's Creed the way it was. Just the more, it's not an RPG necessarily. Oh, and I like that too about it. This isn't an RPG, it's an action game. You don't have a talent tree. Altair doesn't have all these crazy abilities. He just gets another ability each assassination, and it gives you time to implement it in with what you already do. Basically, my main thing about the new games is that it kind of throws too much at you. This game is like a slow feed. It keeps you going. And each of the areas, each of the assassinations are different. And I think this is a great game. I'm so glad I played it. And, we're running at 9 minutes, 15 seconds here. So that's why I thought this deserved more than a minute review. But lastly, what else do I want to talk about? I'll catch my breath. Graphics. Yeah, the graphics. Okay, so I have this game on Xbox 360. I have a digital copy of it, and I believe I got it for free 1 month, like during Games for Gold or something. And it's just been sitting in my library for quite a long time. And so the cool thing about Xbox, I was able to play it on both the Series S and the Series X, just downloading it from a digital library. And So what Xbox does on this game is offers FPS boost, so it runs more towards 60 frames. So it's nice getting some fluid combat. Now, one thing I do want to mention about the controls and stuff while I'm on the subject is parkour was a bit clunky. Combat was a bit clunky, but I tried to kind of keep in mind that this was a game made in 2007. Like, this was the norm back then. So it'll be kind of interesting playing the feature games and kind of seeing where they improved in that regard. But, it's pretty neat. But Assassin's Creed was a great game. I'm glad I played it. It kind of got me out of my gaming rut and got me like motivated to kind of play some of the new stuff on my list and just keep trudging. So, yeah, I'm thankful for that. I'm very happy with Ubisoft on this game, and I think it's a great idea they're going back to this sort of thing for their new one. And who knows? So the next game on my Ubisoft deep dive I'm going to get to pretty soon. I've already started it. Is Far Cry 3. I have that on PS4, and once I get done with that game, I'll let you guys know what I think of it. And but probably between then, the game I'm working on now is God of War. I've been meaning to stream it some this week, but I just haven't had time. I've been wanting to do some other things, watch some other stuff. Like after work, I like sitting and playing Call of Duty for about an hour or two, and catch up on podcasts and stuff. And that's what I've been doing. But yeah, you'll start seeing me stream, and I guess just kind of wrap up the video while I'm on that topic. I kind of figured out how I want to do the streams. So on Xbox, you can stream directly to Twitch, but not YouTube. And on PlayStation, you can stream directly to YouTube and Twitch. So I think what I want to do for the streaming is anything just directly from the Xbox. Like if I'm sitting on the couch, like games like Pentiment and some Call of Duty action, I'm going to do those streams through Twitch, and then I'm going to upload them to YouTube. And then it's not like I have anybody on Twitch, but there's one person that just loves watching me, so I stream for them. And then on YouTube, I'm going to stream like my PlayStation games for you guys on YouTube. I was pointing down here. I meant to point up there for you guys. That's how you do it on YouTube. And other than that, Saturday morning shenanigans. I'm wanting to bring that back, possibly this Saturday. We'll see how it goes, but it's a possibility. But for that's going to be a YouTube thing. That's just something we all do. We just get on here and chill and play some games. We might try more Call of Duty. Who knows? But other than that, this is White Mojo Wolf. I don't think I have anybody around me here now, but I'm signing out. I don't know about the dogs. See ya.